I have to tell you now that I am so excited about this announcement, I can hardly keep a thought in my head. In 2019, while in New Zealand, I said this. Fans of the channel will have noticed that I'm including more and more aviation content into my shows, and this is going to continue because my other passion, as you may know, is flying. And now 2 years after that announcement, I'm ready to share with you that Gun and I have purchased an aircraft, and I'm about to see it for the first time. It's going to be a small, portable aircraft. And what I mean by portable is that I'm going to be able to wrap it up and put it in a trailer and then go touring by road around Australia, and out it comes, rig it and fly it. This is another way I'm going to discover Australia. Ooh, now I am waiting. Christopher McDonnell is in Galway in Ireland at the moment, and he's currently preparing the PIPISTREL for its inspection. So he's going to FaceTime me. I hope we get a good screen capture here or here, and if the worst comes to the worst, I'll hold the phone up to the camera so you can also see what's going on. Let's see what happens.
You see me okay?
Yeah, good to meet you.
Let's turn it around in a sec. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, that looks exactly like the pictures. About a month ago, I found this on the internet. Yeah, I'm getting very excited about this. Now seeing it in the flesh is... It's an aircraft that I've had my eye on for over a decade. She's a beauty.
Yeah, it's a lovely carbon pander and big MGL avionics, which is a lovely panel.
Very, very nice. This will be the fourth aircraft that I've owned, but my flight plans are very different now than they once were, so I needed my new machine to be far more versatile than ever before. What kind of flying did Fergus do? Did he do a lot of gliding?
Yeah, Fergus actually started with gliders, and then he decided to get this, which he did both with. There would have been a fair bit of gliding with it, but also a fair bit of cross country.
My first powered machine was a German-built Grob 109B motorglider, the aircraft in which I earned my PPL in 1993. It satisfied my love of gliding, but could also allow me to try out long-distance touring by air. Gun and I had some amazing adventures in it, including touring Botswana.
Like it has the prop is featherable, so when you're gliding, you can put it straight like that.
Yes, I'm familiar with that.
Fully featherable.
The raising of a family and our move to Cape Town resulted in a break from flying, only to be restarted in 2007 with the purchase of a Brazilian-built Zimongo motorglider. And did he fly it from the left-hand seat or right-hand seat?
Right-hand seat.
Right-hand. Okay, I thought that might have been the case. Okay.
With most planes, it is actually left, but with this one, it's actually set up nicely because I know in the tandem gliders they always flew from the right, so that's what he did. But
between the two, I kept my flying hand in by spending time in aircraft like Cessna 152s and the Samba XL. It was also at this time that I made a series of aviation documentaries for television, which meant I got to sit in some really exotic machines. But as soon as I got back into a motorglider, the engine was shut down and I was back in my element. 1.5 hours. I have Beaufort West ahead of me, and I'm doing the first long distance cross-country flight that I've done in about 3 years. Actually traveling all the way from Cape Town to Johannesburg. Beautiful, wonderful, very excited.
Anything specific you want to see in it, or?
No, I just seeing it in the flesh is pretty exciting for me. Your pictures were very nicely taken, I must say. So she looks really good, yeah, she's great, really great. Now tell me a little bit about the wing folding mechanism. You say that it's very easy to detach the wings.
Yeah. So we just put the wings on there a minute ago. So the wings come off, they don't fold, so you actually remove them. You'll see one pin here and another one there. It's a few inches thick, and then out the back it goes through your struts, and there's another screw and both pins in here. This
right
on both sides.
Right.
And then to remove the wing, we put a cradle. It's a two-person job. It only takes 2 people. You put a wing cradle under here, which I just have in the hanger at the moment to hold the wing up. You remove the pin, and you just literally pull the wing away from the aircraft. And you'll see here, basically you have to just wiggle these to line them up with the pieces that will insert into the wing. They go through into the wing here. And your air brakes. It took us about 25 minutes to take the wings out and put them on.
Okay. Do you have to drain the fuel every time you do it?
No, there was, you can see there, can you see, let me see, there's about 7-8 meters in the wing there, and you can take the wing off and it's in leak. There is quick disconnect, non-leaking, return and feed right here. They're on the other side. So
right.
You can remove the wings with a half full, I believe. It's perfectly fine to remove.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for doing this for me. She looks great. I first flew one in 2006 because I was considering purchasing it, and I went for a pre-owned Zimongo instead, which is a tail dragger low wing motor glider. This will be the third motor glider that I will own.
Right, very good, very good. And you're going to be doing some long distance flying on this, are you?
Gliding and some long distance flying, yes.
Yeah, it's perfect for that. It's an extremely comfortable plane. With a high enough cruise speed, especially for the gliding capabilities as well.
Right. I also considered getting another Grob, but they are all over 30 years old now. I also looked at a newer Dimona motor glider, very similar to the Grob and Zimongo. My first choice, though, was a PIPISTREL Sinus Flex kit. The Flex means that the wingtips can be interchanged to suit the mission, making it even more versatile. But the cost of a new kit was outside of my budget. So,
if you'd like, we can start it up here and Andrew can take a video and we'll get some nice shots on he has a good camera there. We can send some videos across to you if you want.
That would be brilliant. That would be really helpful. Thank you so much. So this used Sinus that I have found in Ireland is the closest to it in my price range.
All right, I'll chat to you in 2 minutes. If you want to stay up a bit, maybe.
All right.
If you're up for
I'll speak
an
to
hour or so, I'll get you across there with the new.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Christopher.
Thanks. Later.
Thank you. Right, bye-bye. So there you go. There's my aeroplane. There's my aeroplane. They've been so helpful all along. They've been really, really helpful in what I want to do now is I want to plug in my phone and look at the footage. He's going to film with a camera, so that's actually really, really helpful. And it's just I've got a guy there who's going to do a little inspection for me, check out the logbooks and make sure everything. But honestly, from what I've seen, everything looks 100%. Again, I am buying it blind, not blind. I am having it inspected, but with the current shipping crisis, it will take between 2 and 3 months to arrive here. But I am expecting it towards the end of February. The PIPISTREL Sinus is a motor glider with a 15-meter wingspan. A 80 horsepower, 4-stroke, 4-cylinder engine made by Rotax with a variable pitch and featherable propeller. Empty weight is 285 kilograms and a maximum takeoff weight of 472 kilograms. Standard fuel capacity is 60 litres, which provides a range at 200 kilometers an hour at 75% power setting at a remarkable fuel consumption of 9.2 litres per hour. That's 4.6 litres per 100 kilometers at 200 kilometers per hour, with a maximum range of 1,200 kilometers. Why did I want this aircraft? The Pipistrel is another touring motor glider, but with a difference. It has a considerably longer range than both the Zimongo and the Grob, can operate from much shorter runways, and being a high-wing aircraft means that for aerial photography, it's perfect. Of course, the next question is, what am I going to do with it? Well, I'm going to answer that question while flying this thing. Well, I'm not going to fly it. Chris is going to fly it. This is a brand new, literally finished 2 weeks ago, home built from a kit, an aircraft called an RV-14. So, what do you reckon about the Pipistrel?
How good's that, mate? Best ever.
So what are we going to do? You know, if we do touring together, you're going to get there a day and a half before me. But I'm not that slow, I'm just not that fast.
No, mate, you're that slow.
yeah, okay.
I can cool a beer in the fridge.
Alright. So the remarkable thing about this aeroplane is that you built it in a shed. There's no other way of putting it.
No, my son and I built it in the shed. And people would come over and go, what the? Had a couple of the neighbours came over and helped with a bit of the riveting.
Oh good, because that's pretty noisy.
Yes, it is. It'll be fun to get them up in the air flying in something that, you know, they help build in the shed as well.
So for those of you who don't know, the aircraft, Van's aircraft is in Aurora, Oregon. They have shipped more aircraft kits than any other aircraft company in existence, and have had more flying of any other kit aircraft in existence. And I think it's because they just fly so well, you know. They're just brilliant flying airplanes, fantastic touring aircraft. Most of them, not all of them, are aerobatic. And fast, and the controls are just so fantastic control feel of the plane. So how many litres per hour at say 65% throttle setting? What would your litres per hour and speed be?
Okay, so we're doing 60% at the moment, and we're approximately just slightly leaner peak, and we're using 31 litres an hour. But if we want to go, you know, 75% power at 8,000 feet leaner peak, you're going to be around the 35, 36 litres an hour. But you are doing that 170 knots. So again, it depends on the mission. Okay, propeller, undercarriage, fuel, and flaps.
Australia is vast, and the opportunities that will present themselves, well, I can't imagine what they might be here. All I know is that I'll have a really good tool in which to discover them.
So the wings are in purpose made wooden enclosures. Tail bolted and screwed in about 20 places on the floor. Again, girdle all screwed in to the whole floor. Big bolts going through it. Also, just as a very last measure, going to the edges, under the undercarriage, swapping sides in every direction. And then these are bolted to the ground as well, and the chocks on both sides. So you'll see here, absolutely no movement in the plane that shouldn't be in it. And in here then, all your spares in in the back. There's 2 propellers and your bolts for the wings in the far corner.
Thank you so much for watching. These videos are made possible by contributions from Patreons. Join our Patreon family now.